Welcome back to Louisiana Travel Show. And I'm here with Mark Romig, who is working on tourism, Saints announcer. You wear so many hats here in New Orleans. You're well known across the world for promoting New Orleans. Glad to be with you and great to talk to you about some of the exciting things coming up here in New Orleans.
It's great to be with you, Governor, and on a beautiful day like today on the Mississippi River at this beautiful hotel, the Four Seasons.
This Four Seasons is incredible.
Brilliant.
I heard they opened the spa today. Can't wait to see it. I'm going to get a tour tomorrow morning. But this is another great asset in your toolbox for marketing this great city.
You know, New Orleans is really moving in a good direction. As you know, we had a very positive Mardi Gras. The weather cooperated. We came off with a great Today Show. You know, the NBC Today Show was here with Hoda and Jenna. That gave us a great platform for the nation to see New Orleans in a past the recovery mode, showing all of our great assets. And we just had a fabulous Final Four, as you well know. Thank you very much for your assistance there. And now we're into festival season. So if we can keep moving in that good direction, we can get more people employed. We're going to have good times for not only New Orleans, but for the rest of the state of Louisiana.
Right, and as we look to the French Quarter Fest, Jazz Fest, I know the Strawberry Fest had a record-breaking crowd, over 500,000. They had to shut down the highway, looking for more of that around the state. And then we've got the LSU Florida State game, which will be right here in the Dome.
Labor Day weekend.
With the new coach. I think that's going to be a big boost. And anything we can do, partnering with New Orleans to bring more events here, because we know getting back open after COVID is only part of the chore. We've got to make sure the hotels, restaurants, and attractions make money, or they won't stay open. So that's why it's so important that any event we can lure here, working with your team, is so important to New Orleans and to the state.
Well, New Orleans is really like a base camp for the rest of the state. A lot of people will visit New Orleans, but then they get onto the highways and they travel to the west, they travel to the north, they travel into the Bayou country, they go fishing, they move a little bit to the east. And so anything that we can do to help serve up the rest of the state, we'll keep doing that. And, of course, the new airport, and I say new, it opened in 19, but it really never had a chance to flourish because of COVID. But now we're seeing those flights come back. British Air will begin flying again this spring. We're excited about that. And that'll bring people directly into the state of Louisiana from London. And more flights are opening up on the other airlines. So,
and I want to thank the governor and the legislature for realizing the importance of tourism and giving us the budget we need to compete against the other states. When you've got states like Tennessee, $20 million a year, Florida, $250 million, for them to step up to the plate year after year and fund the money we need to do things like the Macy's Day Parade,
right,
and the
Rose Bowl Parade.
Unbelievable.
I mean, we definitely punch above our weight class thanks to the work that your office is doing to spread the brand of Louisiana around the world, because you were very much of a traveling lieutenant governor until we couldn't travel because of COVID. So you were constantly taking that message out and carrying the message of Louisiana and New Orleans as a most welcoming place. We are, I think, the most hospitable state in the country. And New Orleans, of course, does its fair share of welcoming guests to Louisiana.
And you're absolutely right. You know, as I travel the world welcoming visitors here, I ask them, why do you send people to New Orleans and to Louisiana? And the food, the music, but every one of them has a story about the way they're treated by people. Mm-hmm. We treat strangers like family. We invite them to our backyard for crawfish, and they keep coming back for more because they make a friend for life. Right. And that doesn't happen. So our best asset, above everything else, is our people.
Our people. You know, we talk about those stories. We once had a campaign called One Time in New Orleans. Everybody leaves with a story. We said, leave with not only a souvenir, but you're going to leave with a story. And they'll tell that story to their friends and their family, and they'll come back. Something like 65% of the people that visit Louisiana are repeat visitors because they always find something else to do. Oh, I got to get back to that when I come back the next time. And so we're finding that those folks are the best ambassadors.
Absolutely. And Mark, I tell you something else that's really exciting for New Orleans as a kickoff point, but is the cruises upriver. I'll be going down to visit with Swiss and see that boat being built for Viking.
That starts up this year.
Yeah, but knowing that we're going to have several stops on the river. So unlike the cruises that they come here and party and leave and go out to sea, come back, spend a night or two and go home, these cruises will make many stops up the river. We're actually even going to have Viking is going to bus people to the World Heritage Site at Poverty Point.
Beautiful.
Which we really have trouble getting people to make that long drive from New Orleans. So now they're going to be able to stop, take a day trip. We bought a new tram. So finally, large groups going to that World Heritage Site is going to bring some real notoriety to that place.
And it needs that sort of exposure. And those are the types of visitors that will share that information. And those visitors, not just from the United States, people who take Viking cruises are from around the world. And they're going to come to New Orleans because now they have access to this beautiful river, great cities with lots of history all along the river.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to taking one of those cruises up the river, because when you go
that
out,
lowers blood pressure for sure. That would lower blood pressure.
Once you leave the river, there's nothing really to see till you get to a port. Here, there's something new at every city and town. So I'm looking forward to making one of those cruises as well. Mark, thank you so much for what you do. You've been a great partner. And
we'll continue working with you. You're great to work with, and you're making the state of Louisiana better, and we hope that we can help.
Well, you too. Your love and passion shows every day. Go Saints, go
Go
Tigers.
Saints. Touchdown.
Good to see
Thank
you,
you,
my friend.
Governor. Yes, sir.